Okay, hello to all and welcome to Goodkind. I am Michael Goodkind, and last night, for those of you that don't know, well, everyone does know, it was an absolute tragedy for Toronto baseball as the Jays had a 3-0 lead against the Dodgers, and to everybody's surprise, the Dodgers chipped away and somehow found a way to win Game 7. Obviously, came down to Miguel Rojas, one down in the ninth inning, and Miguel pretty much shut up the entire Toronto crowd at Rogers Center. It was a tough way to go for the Jays last night, and I got to say, I feel so much for those of you that are Toronto Blue Jays fans. That was a really tough way to go out, considering also Game 6, the game was pretty decently close. The Jays had chances in that game as well, and in the ninth inning, they ended up losing. Considering Game 7, they had a 3-0 lead, you would think that they would turn it around. However, Yoshinobu Yamamoto came in and shut down this Jays lineup. It was a tough way to go for the Jays. I mean, even as someone who's not necessarily a fan of either team, I've been watching the Jays and wanted to see their success. This is a tough pill to swallow for the Canadian baseball community. But let's get into the game nonetheless and talk about some of these highlights here. Let's get into it right now. Here we go. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Vladdy Guerrero strikes out Ohtani on the hill to start Game 7. And for those of you that don't want to relive this, I would turn this one off now. Andres Jimenez to the plate. And swing and a miss. Looks like a four-seamer from Shohei. Now Shohei facing Max Scherzer. Knocks one opposite field. Nice play in left field. Bottom three. Springer lifts one to the left, and he's on with a single. 2 for 2 on the night. Lucas right back to Ohtani. Nice scoop by Freddie Freeman. Got him at the bag. Bo Bichette, first and third. Annihilates one towards center field. And this game is controlled by Toronto. 3-0. Good night. And I think a lot of people thought there and then that could have been the ball game. Dodgers trail 3-0. Bottom three, one down. And Bo Bichette dominates the first pitch he sees. Goes 442. Teoscar Hernandez lines one. What a catch in center field by Dalton Varsho. That will score Will Smith. And Dalton Varsho, that incredible athleticism. And his arm, since his shoulder surgery, has not been the same. And what a play by Vladdy Guerrero Jr. at the bag. Would have gone foul. Nonetheless, Vladdy Guerrero putting it all on the line in the World Series. Andres Jimenez gets hit by a pitch by Robleski. Tongue twister there. Dugout's clear. Bottom four. Was it intentional? Top five, Hernandez Kike goes around, strikeout. Third of the night for Max Scherzer. Scherzer deals to Miguel Rojas. Rojas down the line in left field. And he's aboard with a single. They're going to pull Max Scherzer in the top of the fifth inning, so Scherzer goes 4 1/3. Toronto is electric in Game 7. And it's looking like they could come away with this one potentially. Freddie Freeman with first and second. Flies out to Dalton Varsho. We go to the middle of the fifth inning. Tommy Edman at the plate. Edman towards center field. Varsho makes the play. Runner will tag. It's Mookie. Mookie scores to make it 3-2, and this is where this Dodger offense just slowly chips away. Line drive right center. Jimenez. An insurance run for Toronto. Here comes Clement, and Ernie Clement will score. And it's 4-2 Toronto Blue Jays on top of the Dodgers in Game 7. Then Freddie Freeman towards Guerrero. It is a 3-6-3 double play. You love to see it. Toronto is looking like they're going to be the World Series champions. Max Muncy hammers one towards right field, and that one's out of here. And I think that was a huge home run a lot of people did not talk about, was the Max homer in the 8th inning. Miguel Rojas, one down, 9th inning, and Rojas just hammers one towards left field, gets all of it, and the Dodgers tied the game. So they chip away on 2 solo home runs and 2 sacrifice flies. That's what the way this Dodger team rolls. Bases loaded, Varsho grounds to second. What a play to throw home on that and get him. Was Will Smith on the plate? He would have won the ball game. And then what a play by Pages, who saves the game as he runs into Kike Hernandez. Miguel Rojas with the play at second earlier. And same situation, 4-4, top 10. Here's Kike Hernandez. A little dribbler. Vladdy throws to first, gets him at the bag. Nice play by Dominguez. We go to the 11th. Shane Bieber on the hill. Will Smith gets all of it towards left field, and good night. Toronto loses the lead, and the Dodgers take their first lead of this Game 7 off the bat of Will Smith. And this is a Toronto Blue Jays highlight, so you're not going to see a lot of replays for Dodger home runs. Guerrero down the line in left field. You would think that might have given the Jays some life potentially. And Alejandro Kirk grounds into a double play. And the Dodgers are World Series champions, incredibly. Yoshinobu Yamamoto would be the World Series MVP after a Game 6 stellar performance. Game 7 comes in, closes it out. And the Dodgers, in miraculous fashion, beat the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm sure many of you in Toronto are still having a hard time processing this loss, but really tough way to go out. I think that bunt in the 9th inning after when Vladdy was at second and moved him to third, you question whether they should have bunted him over or whether do you just play baseball at that point, because a base hit does bring them in and you have 3 outs to work with. So you automatically are giving yourself an out on the sacrifice bunt. And then obviously the grounding into the double play was a tough way to go out. Just everything that really could have gone wrong for Toronto past the 8th inning did. And again, the Dodgers have done this all postseason. They chip away. A couple sacrifice flies, a solo home run here, a solo home run there, and they are World Series champions for the 2nd time in a row. They've repeated, the first team to do it since the Yankees back in 98, 99, and 2000. First NL team to do it since the Big Red Machine. Then 75 and 76, Reds did it. So the LA Dodgers make history. This lineup is too good. It's too good. They play traditional baseball. Dave Roberts, Doc Roberts, does an awesome job in the clubhouse, and you got to give credit where credit is due to this Dodger team. They were able to do it 2 years in a row. They beat the Yankees last year in 5, and then came into Toronto 2 games in a row after being down 3-2, and they won. Hey, you look back to 2017 when the Dodgers were up 3-2. They went back to LA against the Stros, and the Stros won 6, and they won 7. The Dodgers get their comeuppance here, this time in Toronto. So if you're an LA Dodger fan, I cannot imagine the euphoria you're feeling right now, as you should, considering that game really didn't look like it was going anywhere near their way for the majority of it. And then obviously, like I said, that Dodger lineup is just too good. And hats off to Yamamoto for the World Series MVP and Shohei Ohtani with a phenomenal series. Aside from the 3-run home run he gave up to Bichette, he pitched a solid game. So tough way to go out. I apologize to all of you Toronto Blue Jays fans. However, we will continue to cover sports here on the channel. We appreciate you watching. As the NBA season progresses, we will watch some NBA highlights and break those down for you. Some historic games as well on this day in sports history. We'll have it for you here on the channel. For now, Michael Goodkind. Shoot me a follow on Instagram at @the_Goodkind, saying Be good, be kind. Goodkind out.